Hello everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel where we are shaking it up with some shaker tags. I'm so excited because I love these. They're the easiest to me and most fun interactive card. And so I'm going to show you how to make a tag today, but you could take that tag and you can use it on a card like this example. So I didn't get a chance to share this exact technique in my last shaker card class. That replay is available though. If you want to grab your ticket to register for that, you'll get the replay and all the resources with it. Or if you're interested in all of my past replay classes plus 2 self-paced modules, you can get the all access pass. I will put a coupon code for 50% off in the description box below. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's dive into this technique that I just didn't have the time to go over because we did so many other things in the shaker card class. What you're going to want to do when you're making a standalone shaker item, so whether that's a piece you put onto a card or a tag, nesting dies are really helpful with this. So if you have some nesting dies, doesn't matter what the shape is, I happen to be making a pumpkin one, grab your nesting dies and you're going to want to create a frame. I'm so sorry that this is out of the frame right here of the video, but you can see as I'm pushing it through my die cutting machine, I've used 2 of my nested dies, larger one, smaller one, and I'm creating a frame for my card. Okay, so there's the frame. And then you're also going to want to take that larger die and run it back through your die cutting machine with whatever cardstock you want to use. I'm keeping them the same color, so I'm just running it through with another piece of the orange. Okay, so once I get that done, now I have my 2 main pieces. These are the 2 that are most important when you're making a tag. Okay, so you have them, they're already die cutting easily, they're the same shape. When I mean easily, it's easy when you're using your nesting dies. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so now I have these 2 pieces. The next part that we need to do is we need to take a piece of acetate. Now, you certainly can run your acetate through your die cutting machine with the larger die and have a perfect piece. That's totally fine. You can do that. I'm opting not to. Now, before we jump into acetate, I'm going to just take my stem for the pumpkin. I die cut it in green, and I used this white piece just for a little bit of backing to make it sturdy. I would opt, if I do this again, when I do this again, I would use another green piece of cardstock on the other side. Make it real sturdy on the top. I'm also going to add a little bit of fun coloring to these just to add some dimension to it, not so flat colored. If you're looking at these pink towels here, scrapbook.com just came out with this roll of microfiber towels. So this is the roll. It's huge. And I got to be honest with you, I am trying to eliminate some of the useless waste in my crafting, and paper towels is one of them. All right, so real quick, because I know I'm going to get a few questions on these. There's 20 to the pack, to the roll, and they're tearaway. And they are super absorbent, which is something I've been looking for because, using a lot of water. They're reusable, they're washable. They're going to last me a very long time. So I recommend them. I like them. I've been using them for a little bit. I will tell you, if you have dry hands though, and you don't like microfiber feeling, just letting you know. That's my PSA. It does feel, if your fingers are dry, I don't know, maybe I'm alone. In the winter, me and microfiber, we have a tumultuous relationship. But anyway, these are working out really well for me. Okay, that was probably too much information. All right, so I'm done coloring. I am done adding the additional dimension, and I'm just doing a quick cleanup here. Let's start putting this shaker together. My first tip for you here is to pencil mark the inside of your pumpkin before you put your acetate on, because I'm going to load up my shaker from laying it onto the bottom piece. And so I need to know the confines, my parameters of how to stay inside it so I don't get my shaker bits on my actual foam tape. Next up, I'm adding some double-sided adhesive. I like working with adhesive like this when I'm using acetate as opposed to liquid. I feel like liquid gets a little messy. And so I'm just taking off my pieces here. You saw me lay it down, kind of just make sure they are all touching. Then I'm going to put my acetate on the back of that, and I'm opting to just cut around my acetate. That just took me a couple seconds to do, but you certainly can run your acetate through your die cutting machine. I recommend laying it down so that the die is faced up. You'll get a better pressure that way, and it'll likely cut through your acetate better. You want to be careful if you're fussy cutting not to cut into your pumpkin or your shape that you're using. Now here's a tip to get your foam tape to round. You have to remove both sides of the backing. Once you do that, it makes it malleable so you can put it in any shape that you want. I chose this thinner foam tape as far as width goes, but it's still thick. It's a 3mm thickness. So it is going to give me a lot of room to have my shaker bits move. This way, I don't have to double up foam tape, which I used to have to do in the past. You want to make sure you have 0 spaces on your foam tape application. So you don't want any spaces at all. Next up, I'm going to take some of these super duper cute little candy corns and some sequins and just stuff I have in my stash. And I'm going to fill it up. And remember, I had those pencil line marks. I didn't outline it completely. I just made a few little marks. And I'm just going to fill this up with all my favorite choices for a shaker card. And again, remember, I'm just doing a pumpkin, but you can do whatever you have in your stash. This will be super fun for tags for the holidays in whatever shape. It doesn't matter. And it's just going to add something so fun and extra. And they're really not hard to make. You can mass produce these. Take out the coloring and you're going to save yourself a little bit of time. So simple to mass produce these kinds of shakers. If you have the nested dies, again, it doesn't matter what shape. Okay, so now I am just putting assembly here. I'm going to add some twine. You'll see that in the pictures. But I wanted to show you I also did the same exact thing with the ghost nested dies, except I put it on a card. So you can see how that's popping up. That could have been a tag itself if I wanted it to. But I made it just into a card, added some googly eyes, and that, again, very fun interactive card, but very simple. So here's some close-ups for the projects that I showed you. Again, I want to stress too, if you need a little bit of help with your shaker cards or different ways to make them, we had so much fun in the class, and I was able to show you different levels. So we had a beginner, an intermediate, and a more advanced type of shaker card. So you can find that link in the description box below, as well as the All Access Pass for 50% off if you're interested in all of my past replays. I have 11 classes with all the resources and 2 self-paced modules, so you can check that out as well if that's something you want to do. And if you are looking for even more inspiration for the holiday season, Justine Hovey just released her 12 Days of Christmas Card Tutorials event. This is going to be so fun. In short, it's completely free. You're going to get a tutorial every day to your inbox between October 12th and 23rd. You can join a Facebook group and share your creations, ask questions, and there's free downloads each day. So grab your free ticket below in the description box and join us. All right, that is all I have. I will see you in the comments down below and in the next video. Bye-bye.